What's up, everybody? Uncle Mike here. Not feeling the greatest. I think I got some kind of sinus infection. I went up to Wisconsin last weekend, and when I got home, haven't felt the best all week. It's dry here. We ain't had no rain in a while, pollen or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but I've been coughing and hacking. I know I smoke cigarettes, and that's probably not the best for me, but I ain't slept good in 2 nights. And then I had this long weekend to get the car ready because I want to try and get it all put together. I still have the motor out of it, and I got to do some things. I'm going to change a few things up I want to add my oil lines to the back of my cylinder head so the oil drains back to the pan faster. I got to put new tires on it. I got to put a safety shutoff switch in the back of the car. I took it out because I ran a big cable all the way to the back. I wanted to take that weight out. Now I got this electronic deal that I'm going to put in there. So I got a few things that I got to get done between today and tomorrow. I've got a late start today because I coughed so hard this morning that it feels like I pulled a muscle or something in my back. So now my arm and trying to get loosened up here a little bit, but we're gonna try and get something done. I'm gonna go to the race, I hope that I can get it done where I can go test Wednesday night. I'm gonna go to one of our tracks that's, not the best prep over in St. Pete. It used to be a phenomenal track. They just don't race there that much anymore. But they have a test and tune on Wednesday night, so that was about the closest I'm gonna get to a no prep surface. So I'm gonna go over there and try and make a few hits and just see what the car does and how it acts. See if I need to add some weight to the trunk, to put some weight over the tires. So I don't know. Today, we're just gonna try and get the motor back in the car. Oh, I gotta take the converter out and change the stator. I'm gonna put a little bit looser stator in it because it's had radials on it. So yeah, got a few things to do and I'm just now getting started. So here we go. I'll show you kind of what we got going on. So there's the new tires, tubes. It's gonna be a little noisy back here because I got them fans up there running because it's hotter than hell in Florida right now. I need to pull the converter out, change the stator. It's not a big deal. The deal for me is I need to take these plugs out, screw some fittings in there. The problem is where this plug hits, I never really trimmed the motor plate down on this car. So I'm gonna have to cut that off or figure out a way, and hopefully it clears so I can get the motor plate, get the head to sit back, because I don't remember how much clearance I had between the head and that plate, which it's a little bit. So, and then I'm gonna run a line from here. I'm gonna run a line from here down to here, and the oil will drain. I got some T fittings I'm gonna screw onto that. So it's got a few things to do. It is what it is, but I think I can still get everything done that I need to get done. So All right, so it is hotter than heck in the shop today. I took all the rockers off and the stands, and now I'm just going back through and setting my valves. So I do it by the firing order. So what I do is I find top dead center. I'll stick my finger in the hole, bring it around. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get my little flashlight. And then I go in 90-degree increments. So right now it's on 270. So my next valve adjustment will be at 180. So right now, try to get it to, right now we're on 180. degrees. And then my firing order is 187. So I adjusted 7 yesterday, but we'll just check it out now that I've done the whole. So I retorqued the head a little bit. So that's why my valve lash is probably a little off, because technically, I mean, these things really shouldn't even move. But I'm sure with me messing with the cylinder head, messing with the cylinder head a little bit and torquing it, it might have pulled it down a thousandth or two, kind of snugged some of them up. So well, I'm just going to go through it. It's a lot easier to do it while it's here, up in the air, or on the stand. Now on the balancer, we'll go back. So we're at bottom dead center because we just set number 6. We'll rotate it over to back to 270, and we should be on number 5. Those feel good, so we'll go to 180 again. Now you can really, I know this engine was, the pointer was put in at top dead center. So it's easy just to, that's at the highest point, the piston where it's coming up and your valves are both closed. So this should be number 4. A little play in them, but not much. And they're probably just tight from that little bit of head torque I did. Because they're not off by much. Sometimes if they're just a tad loose, you can just give them a bump and it'll tighten them up the rest of the way. All right, got one more. Be number 2. Man, it's hot. they make a little tool for this. It's a lot easier to do it with that little tool. But I don't have that tool, so I gotta do it the old school way. That's better. Well, those all feel good, so that's that. Make sure I give them all a little bump, make sure I tighten them all. Valves are good. All right, so I'm letting my converter drain. Got the engine all buttoned back up. I went over the intake bolts again after I torqued the heads. Just make sure they were all still snug. Motor's ready to go back in. I just need to change stators in the converter real quick. That shouldn't take me too long. Hopefully here in the next hour or so, we'll be putting the motor back in the car. It is hot today. I don't know what y'all are feeling, but I'm missing my pool. My hair is all out of whack. I ain't got much left. Once I get the motor in the car and everything buttoned up on that, then we're going to need to do the tires. The last thing I got to do is fix my switch on the back of the car, but hopefully that won't take too long. We'll be back in a minute. Get these 4,000 bolts out of here.
Well, I gotta get a screwdriver. Well, there it is. Basically, we're just going to take this stator out, put this stator in its place. That'll give the converter a little more slip on the slick. So, and that's what we need. I have to put my glasses on. This has a spiral lock just like on your piston. Sucks is you get all that tranny fluid on your hands. Everything gets freaking slippery. There we go. Got a regular snap ring on the other side. Now, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure we beat that thing in there. So, I'll be back in a minute. All right, so we got the new stator swapped over. I'm gonna put it in. Everything's good. About got this little job knocked out. Tighten it back up, stick the converter back in, and then we can put the motor in. So I'm feeling a little bit better today than I did yesterday, so that's a plus, but still hotter than hell, and it's probably helping me sweat some of this funk out, whatever it is I got. But I got to do this all over, 2 or 3 weeks, I got to do this all over again, because I got a radio race I got at Orlando I want to go to, so, well, about a month. July 25th is that race. So I'm going to hit this race, no Prep Kings, and then in 2 weeks I'm going to go to Cordova, Illinois, and run that race. Then I'll be radio race for a couple races, and then I'll go back to North Carolina and run that no prep race. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stator swapping, but it is what it is. Well, I'm going to get this thing buttoned up real quick and get it ready to go back in the car and get the engine ready to go in. I'll be back. Alright, so we got the converter back in, engine's off the stand. Now we got time to in there. And hopefully everything fits. I added this. This is pretty flush with this side. This one sticks out of here, so I had to trim some of my motor plates. But I'm hoping that that'll be okay. See what happens? gotta let it down, just the air now. Back a little more. Literally, this is the first time I've ever had the motor out of the car since I put it in. So I'm just trying to be cautious a little bit. Not mess up. Looks like everything's going where it's supposed to be going. Any wires or anything like that. I'm gonna have to turn my 190 and dip. The wires in the way. Should be able to ease it down. That side's on. That side looks to be on. Blow a little horn. I think my 90's not letting me go in all the way. About got it in there. 13 minutes. By myself. Well, that's that. Well, I pretty much get the dumbass award today. I'm all gung-ho, bolting the tranny up, getting everything done on the car, you know. Car's up on the lift. I get the tranny bolted on the inside of the car. I got one big problem. I raise it up to tighten the torque converter bolts. Forgot to put the flywheel on. So now I'm going to have to back the tranny out, slide it back, put the flywheel on. It's one thing, it's another. It's what happens when you get in a hurry. I was trying to get the motor and the tranny and all that stuff buttoned up and getting the headers on. And then I only had a few things left to do tomorrow. But I got the dumbass award today. Well, I got everything pretty much buttoned up. Headers are back on. All the hoses are back on. Fuel cells, fuel systems all back in. Been a hot one today. I didn't quite get everything done. I still got to pull the tranny back because my dumb ass forgot to put the flywheel on the motor when I took it off the engine stand. No big deal. Take me about an hour or so to do that, but big thing is I want to get the motor in, get it buttoned up, get the header tubes on, get all the hoses put back on. Just majority of the tedious stuff is done now. I'll slide the transmission back. I don't even have to take it out of the car. I can just slide it back far enough where I can get the flywheel up in there and get the bolts in it and torque them in. Then the only thing I got left after I put that back together is wire up my remote kill switch. Shouldn't take too long for that. And put the slicks on it. So I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. I've been over here getting after it since about 9 and I'm tired, hot, and I think I'm gonna go home and jump in my pool. I appreciate everybody following along. We're fixing to go do some racing, so y'all don't go anywhere. 2 weeks, 2 weekends, so not this coming weekend, but the following weekend we'll be in Kentucky. We're going to run our first MPK small tire race, see how we do. Might not do worth of shit, but we might go out there and have fun. That's what it's all about for me anyway. I want to go have some fun. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to go to Cordova, Illinois, run the small tire race there. And then we are coming back to Florida, pull the converter out, change the stator, put the radials back on. And July 20th, I think, 20 or 25th, something like that. They're supposed to have a 484, junior 484 race. I'm going to run that. And then anything else I can do in between. Then towards the end of MPK season, I'm going to run North Carolina. So got a lot of racing coming up. Should be fun. And we'll go from there. Remember to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. Uncle Mike out.